Hello guys, welcome to UPSC Welfare channels. Let's have see, as we know that we are trying to solve all the questions raised by of Indian constitutions of polity chapter, which has been already asked by UPSC. So see, this question has been already asked in 2001. It's a very easy question if you memorized all the schedule. So see, this question is saying if a new state of the Union Territory, of course, is to be created, which of the following the schedule of the constitution must be amended? So of course the first schedule, no doubt, because the first schedule is new naming and the creation of the state. It has been clearly mentioned. Second schedule is your salary emolument. Third schedule is going to oath and the affirmation, and fourth schedule allocation sets of the state council, of course, the council of the state. And fifth schedule is of course that is a controlling administration in Matam. That is going, Matam is standing for one. Ami is going to be a of course Manipur, A is going to Assam, T is going to Tripura, and one M is going to be a Mizoram. So and sixth schedule is of course the except Manipur, Tripura, Assam and Mizoram state controlling the administrations. So here the first one will be the correct here. So 30 is going to be 1. Now see 31st. Match the list option thus according to C. 54 article. As we know that 54 article is saying is appointment of the appointment 54 sorry 31st. See 54 is going to be article is that of course the election of the president of India. So A is going to be 1. 75 is the appointment of the prime minister, no doubt. So B is going to be 2, and C 155 article, of course, and that is appointment related to a Indian governor, of course, and governor of the state, I mean. And article 164, that is appointing of the chief minister and the council of the state. That is absolutely correct, of course, and will be. So 1, 2, 3, that will be a correct. Easy questions. It's all question. Actually, this all article is related to appointment. So the memorize 1 to of course more than 2 to 3 times. Of course, if you will read, then definitely it will memorize to you. Once again, of course, 54 article, that is elections to the election of the president of India, of course. 75, that is appointment of the prime minister of India, and 155 article, that is appointment of the governor of the state, and yes, 164 article, that is a clearly explanation that appointment of the chief minister and the council of minister of a state. Now 32, with reference to the Indian polity, which one of the following statement is going to be correct? Let's have, we have to choose the correct. So planning commission is accountable to the parliamentary. This can be considered. So which one is going to be a correct here? So A is absolutely, because as we know the planning commission, who is going to be head? Of course the prime minister. So the planning commission is accountable to the parliamentary, definitely. So A will be absolutely correct. Second, why it will be wrong? Because the president can make ordinance only when either of the houses of the parliamentary is not a session. Not necessary, of course. For a special, of course, ordinance when he want to pass, of course, at that condition, of course, also. B will be incorrect. See, the minimum age prescribed for the appointment of the judge of the Supreme Court is 40 years. No, that is also wrong. And fourth one says that National Development Council is a constitution of Indian, the finance minister and the chief minister of all the state. That is not necessary, of course, because National Development Council is constituted union finance minister as well the chief minister of all, not finance minister, as we know that the prime minister is going to be a. So here A will be a correct. 32. Why it is so? Seek the further explanation. Let you inform some idea that president can issue an ordinance only when the both houses of the parliament is not a session under the article of 100 Yes, 23. But here option given that President can make ordinance only when the either houses of the parliament is not in a session. But President can, of course, issue an ordinance only when the both houses. But here it has been given either. One is not in a session, so that's why it will confuse my dear, of course. Very clever the question is asked by the UPSC, so that's why if both not in a session, then at that condition, of course. So according to that, of course, it has been clearly mentioned 123 article, 1 to 3 article. Of course, that is a 1 to 3 means 123 articles. Now see, no minimum age is prescribed for the appointment judge of the Supreme Court, yes, in our constitution. So age of the judge of the Supreme Court is determined by such authority in such a manner as parliamentary may be law provided. So that's why this one is a C is also is going to be wrong. And fourth one says National Development Council is composed of the Prime Minister, is of course it's a head, and Union Cabinet Minister as well as the CM of all the state, and same as administration of all the Union Territory, and as the member of the Planning Commission, of course, all will be no Finance Commissioner, no I'm sorry, Union Finance Minister. So that's why I mean no doubt now A will be correct. But my dears, once again I would like to repeat that this option is repeated again and again, that President can make ordinance only when either the houses of the parliament is not session. No, if both not in a session. Remind you that. 23. See, it's your BBI question, of course, which one the following amendment to the Indian Constitution empower the President to send back any matter for reconsideration, of course, reconsiderations by the Council of Ministers. So which one is going to be which one of on which under the amendment is going to? So see, 33 will be a D, of course, and that is a 44. Why it is so? Because yes, 44 Amendment Act that was amended, of course, 1978 under the article of 74 to insert above the provision, of course. So that's why this will be a correct D. See, the term of the Lok Sabha can't be extended under any circumstances. What do you think? I'm the 34 number. See, term of the Lok Sabha, it has been clearly mentioned now the Constitution under the article, of course, if you see that I'm in 200, of course, 352 article, that is a proclamation of the national emergency, of course, under this article, so cannot be extended more than 1 year at the time, of course. So that's why this will be cannot be extended in any circumstance. No, can be. So this will be absolutely wrong. So 34 is going to be a C. This is wrong. Can be extended by the 6 months at a time. No, 1 year. So this will be also wrong. Can be extended by the 1 year at the chance during the emergency proclamation, of course, under the article of the 352 article that refers to your national emergency, of course. So that's why this will be absolutely D. Why not D? 2 years at the time during the proclamation. No. So C will be correct. Now see, 35's 93rd Amendment, yes, deals with what is constituency of the constitution of reservation for backward in the classes in government employment. So no, that is not going to refer. See, free and compulsory education. See, free and compulsory education for all children 6 to 14 years, of course, and that is clearly mentioned in 93rd Amendment of the Constitution. Reservation of 30% for women in a government recruitment, that will be wrong. And allocation more than number of the parliamentary seat recently created state, that is also wrong. 35, once again I repeat that 93rd Constitutional Amendment Bill and 86, of course 86 Act 2002 inserted Article 21A, yes, amended Article 45, inserted 11 fundamental duty. All are related to the education material. Once again, reminds all are related to education. First is a 93rd Amendment, 86th Amendment, and 21 article, and yes, 45 articles, and of course inserted 11 fundamental duties. That is also related to. So B will be correct here. Now, see, which one of the following provision correct? See, here the fundamental right has been given you, and on the other hand, and the explanation, the provision has been so. 16 article, what is the saying? So that please, it's my humble request to memorize all the fundamental right. If you are, of course, for government service preparation aspirants, and then please remind you that's all the fundamental right. So here let's attempt in this the questions. I will make you easy this question. See, 36 that fundamental right. Here see, A is going to be a 16, yes, Article 2 clause, that is saying your no person can be discriminated against in the matter of public. So A will be 2. Yes, 39 article clause 2, that will be related to your see, that no citizen shall be, of course, deny the admission into the, because 29 and 29 article, that is related to your education. So no citizen shall be denied the admission, denied the admission into the any education institution. And 30 is your article, it's saying that all the minority, whether based on the religion or the language, shall have to establish and administer education institution of their choice, of course. So this one, and 31st article is going to be related to your, what is that, 31st article, that will be, this one is going to be a first article, of course, and that no person can be deprived from the property, because that's mean that it was our fundamental right, but now it's your fundamental, now it's a legal right. It becomes 31st article because it's related to the property. Remember that. So now it's legal right, not a fundamental right, my dear. So this one can be, of course, first, because no person shall be deprived from the property, yes, shaped by the authority of the law. So A will be here, no doubt. A is going to be 2. Now, 9th schedule related to which one? Of course, the First Amendment. That's the new creation of the state. That is going to be first schedule is related to new creation of the state, but 9th schedule, of course, that's the land reforms. So definitely First Amendment, that is going to be. Now, consider of the following. See, once again, I would like to focus on a 37 number. 37 9th schedule, of course, was added by the First Amendment Act of 1951. That's related to your land reform, of course. Now, 38. Which one the following this statement? We have to choose the correct. So, joint sitting of the two houses of the parliament in India is sanctioned, of course, under the article of 108, of course, absolutely correct. And 3 times still, as we know, that joint sitting in the parliament has been organized. So here, second C. And the first joint sitting of the parliament, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, was held in 1960, of course, and that was related to Dowry Prevention Act, of course. And second joint sitting of the parliament, joint sitting of the two houses of India in the parliament was held to pass the banking survey, of course, 1960. Yeah, it was especially 1978 and the 2002, that was Prevention of Terrorism Bill. So first joint sitting the parliamentary, of course, was related to Dowry Prohibition Bill 1961. 1971, and that was of course Banking Service Commissions. And third, in the 2002, that was the Prevention of Terrorism Bill. So which one is going to be the correct? So all are is going to be correct, so no doubt. Under the article, this has been clearly defined, my dear, of course, under the article of the 108, does it? Now see 29. Which one of the article of Indian Constitution did the President give his assent to ordinance on the electoral reform when it was sent back to him by the Union Cabinet without making any changes? In the year 2002, when anti-terrorism bill was the pass, of course. So which one is going to be the correct? See 124, that can be 39. 39 is going to be a no, because 1 to 3 article is saying here the President can issue the ordinance under the 1, 2, 3 articles, and that is not 1, 2, 3, 123 article that is given, of course. So this is all about in this video tutorial. Have a great time, and of course it's my humble request, if my video is benefited to you in any way in your the preparation of the, of course, UPSC preparation, as well as your the staff selection board, any government competitive exams, then please, it's my humble request to subscribe, as well as share and the likes, and give the comment below the comment box, so that will inspire to me to make more and more video related to your exams. Thank you very much. Have a great time.